Speaking of influence, though, because I wanted to bring that up. Nobody was speaking about it, but I am now. That's how segues work, people. But now, to this like freedom of speech, this whole thing, the social media, this influence thing, because a lot of people is mad at Ye because they saying when you speak these things that you influencing people, and bringing Charleston White in it. Some people is mad. How his influence is working towards
Well, let's
people.
get to what Charleston White got in the way this week. What he was saying. You know what his name in media for this week, right?
The beef with T.I. and Boosie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought something else happened. I was like, wait, did I miss something?
Nah, he does a lot of stuff. I can't keep up with all his Charleston White.
Man, because he just be saying stuff for the clout and this social media influence. And let's tackle the clout first since we brought up Charleston White, and then I'll say the influence question. We'll wrap that up with both. Charleston White with the clout chasing thing, I think it's a lot of clout. And if you can really read through and see what he's saying, and he getting some people agreeing, so they comment like, yeah, he right, da-da-da, that's cool. So that's beefing him up more. He making money because he getting views, so that's beefing him up more. So he's going to say stuff to rile them people up and keep his crowd going and all of that, right? Now he's supposed to be a community leader behind the scenes, all of that. That's great. So you throwing bait out, and then whoever bite, now you shark mode, you attacking, right? So he said something about King. He said something first. King responded, said something to him. That's all he needed. All he needed. Now he's saying all this reckless stuff about this not little boy. He is 18. I get it. He grown, but he's a kid.
He's a kid.
He's a kid. I'm tired of people. Stop it. Stop with he 18. He a grown man. Like, stop that legal stuff. Because your 18-year-old boy ain't no.
I wasn't no grown man.
He ain't no
18,
grown man. Your 18-year-old son is still a kid. You wouldn't be treating him like that. So stop it. Anyways, as you can tell, I don't agree with all you people that agree with Charleston White, but this is just so infuriating reading that. He not grown. He a kid. And I know he struck, whatever. I don't know him. I don't know T.I. I'm not going through it. I don't have kids. I don't know what it's like. But I know at 18, you ain't no full functioning adult, especially if you had a certain lifestyle. And if you out here acting a certain way, you can't really mark him as that person. You can't mark him as that's what he is, because he got a lot of learning and a lot of living to do. And you got to give him a chance to grow. And that's another thing that we never do as black people. We never give people a chance to grow. Anyways, my bad.
Now, to be fair, right? Not to go into a bunch of details on what Charleston White say, because Charleston White say way too much stuff to try to go into detail on it.
Yeah, right. But he was trying to, he's trying to fight. Like, he did all of this, just to get to the point, he did all this, beefing this up. He got them. Now T.I. started going back with him. The T.I. and Boosie sons is close, so that's how Boosie and T.I. got into it. Now he want to fight them in a boxing match, and he want to get them in the ring.
Which is not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but it's a play for money. Because if it did happen, they'd get money.
Get a bag, all that. But what I want to say about Charleston White, because Charleston White is another one, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he say, but then it's a lot of stuff he say I do agree with. And
I wouldn't say a lot, but
it's a lot. No,
nobody is 100% right. Nobody is. Usually, nobody's 100% wrong.
It's a lot of stuff What I don't like what Charleston White get into is the trolling part of it. When he get into his trolling, like like the stuff he's saying about King and Boosie's son, like, hey, bro, leave them kids alone. Like, you older, you 40, 50 years old. Like, bro, they kids, they gonna make mistakes, they gonna make choices that they shouldn't make. We talking about the fact they rapper kids, that ain't got nothing to do with them. They just young kids trying to find their way in the world.
Let them grow up. What you was doing when you was 18.
Exactly. You was in prison because y'all had robbed somebody and killed the white woman. You said that story 1,000 times. So
right. But is you a killer and the racist now for the rest of your life?
Exactly.
You ain't learned nothing?
Kids make kid mistakes, man. It don't matter what age you in. Some mistakes is bigger than others. Some of them doing, like, when I was young, I sold weed. I shouldn't have been selling weed. I did. You know what I'm saying? I've stole before. Like, I've done all kind of stuff. I shouldn't have did. Luckily, I never did none of that.
I was a good stiller, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I was nice.
I ain't never get caught. From the stores? Nah.
I ain't never get caught. But what I'm saying is I made bad choices, too, that luckily I never got caught up where I had to make other worse choices because of these choices. So it's like, kids gonna be kids. And I try to, like, even when I'm talking to, like, my younger, like, cousins and stuff like that, I just try to give them, like, guidance. I don't be trying to tell them what they should and shouldn't do. But I said it to say this. Even in the midst of all of the effery that Charleston White will say, he always got a message to it. It's always a message there. Even if that message don't come across like it don't come across right. Like, it don't come across right. When you dig into it, it be something there, bro. And his main message was, y'all out here rapping about all of this violent stuff, woody
I
bang.
got a theory on that.
You can have your theory, but I'm just saying, this is his message, though. At the end of the day, this was Charleston White's message. Y'all out here, your daddy's out here rapping. Y'all just sons of rappers. Y'all have had good lives, but yeah, y'all want to I can't always get this word out. Perpetrate these images and these songs and this lifestyle that y'all fathers perpetrated, but y'all didn't even have to live
perpetuate.
Perpetuate. That's what I was
Perpetuate is the word. My bad. That's my fault.
Yeah,
I led you astray.
Led me astray. That's what I was looking for. Perpetuate. But y'all was trying to perpetuate these lifestyles that y'all fathers had lived and make songs about it and do. And now here y'all go. Y'all never had to live that lifestyle, and y'all study putting that out there that y'all these real street dudes. So as fathers, as black men, as fathers, y'all owe some responsibility in making sure that y'all kids didn't even go that route. This was really what he was trying to say, right? Now, the way he said it, I ain't agree with him. And I ain't rock with the way he was doing it, because I felt like you supposed to be, if anything, coming from an OG. Like, I feel like sometimes now as black people, we don't want to grow up. Like, I'm not 20 no more. So I'm not going to talk to you like I'm 20. I'm going to talk to you like I done been through some things. I done seen some things. I done seen other people go through some things. If I talk to you younger, I'm going to talk to you from that perspective. I'm not going to get on your level with you. And Charleston White will get down to an 18-year-old kid's level. I don't agree with that, because what you do is you taint your message. And like you said, now when a person see the quick, you know what I'm saying, the clip, all they see is from the quick video is this nigga on some fuck shit. Mm-hmm. They don't want to hear what else you saying. They don't want to hear the actual because the message they probably will agree with. But the fact you had to get there the way you got there, ain't nobody trying to hear your message no more. Same thing with a person like Ye. Like, if you can't make people, I heard this quote a long time ago. Intelligence is not about how much you know, but how much you can relay. It don't matter how much information you know. If you can't explain this to nobody,
but ain't no drop for message.
I mean,
that's dope. What you just say again?
I give you some game every now and then. If you listening, pay close attention.
What you say? Intelligence ain't about what you know. It's about what you can
know, but it's about what you can relay.
Yeah.
So it's like a person can know all the information.
Can't
in the
know
world,
it if you can't teach it.
But if you can't teach it, nobody can understand
Hold
it.
on. That's a bar right there, man.
So you
Jay-Z ain't never said that.
Nah, they come from home. I told you I'll be watching information.
But all right. So it's two things that I wanted to with this Charleston White, and then one of them you brought up that I want to flip. The first thing though, I got a theory on Charleston White. I'm pretty sure that a rapper hit his girl. That's why he's so mad. Why are you so mad at rappers? You are super mad at rappers.
I know why he target rappers. I don't think it's about that. I'll tell you why he target rappers. It makes sense on why he target rappers. Who has the ears of the youth?
And so he probably feel like they lead him astray.
Exactly. Y'all lead them astray. And if I get into it with these people who they look up to, and they'll hear my message.
He's never said nothing about a Kendrick or a J. Cole. Or
he stay away from the conscious people that actually have positive messages. He go at the street artists. He goes at the people who talking about killing and selling drugs.
Super dangerous. But I guess it's super
smart.
Super dangerous. Because what can
why
you do to him?
Hold on. Why is it dangerous?
Because they might shoot him. That's why
you might get shot for anything.
Allegedly,
you might get shot for anything. You might get shot.
I don't think I'm gonna get shot, bruh. I don't put myself in places where shots could happen to me.
Who says he put himself in places where people won't shoot at him?
You on the internet just taunting people, and people love these people. It ain't gotta be them.
Love him.
They ain't gotta know him.
People love him. You don't think
you right?
You don't think people are gonna ride for him?
You right.
As a man, bro, you should always be speaking your mind. You shouldn't be scared of no other man. Would you?
I don't think, but he's just trolling.
If T.I. walked in the room right now and was like, "Craig, I won't smoke," you gonna be like, "Nah, man, I'm good."
Well, I guess as the only dude that hit Mayweather, I might just have to get my ass whooped by T.I.
Even if you get your ass whooped as a man.
But nah, we gonna knock some stuff over.
Like I ain't finna like cower
and he
out.
Paying for all of it.
I'm just saying, like as a man, like you
the
can't
richer
be
person that
man.
fight gotta pay. That's another rule.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like as a man, like when it gets to all the extra stuff, all the gang violence and all that stuff, like that's another thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like.
I don't want no
it's people that love you that'll ride for you. You got brothers, you got people that's gonna ride for you too if somebody because they gonna feel like Craig ain't even deserve that. I'm with all of that. I take care of that. It's people that love me.
I don't know nobody like that.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm looking at the camera and say this. It's people that love me.
It's people that love me, but I don't know no killers.
Some of my best, one of my best friends. In prison
Anyways,
now.
another point that he made that he was talking about, like they, the kids is living, they living lifestyles they trying to perpetuate and everything. They got great dads, man. I look up to my daddy. I want to be just like him. My dad was that nigga on the block. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be that nigga. But rapper like though.
No,
rappers like
they out here doing criminal activities.
Hold on though. Do we not want? Is rap just not entertainment? Do we not want our lyrics to be played in court? Are we all not just out here playing a part? I'm a rapper. So if I'm a rapper and I'm like, if my dad like that. First of all though, these like is two real niggas we talking about.
Exactly.
What makes you think they kids ain't gonna be real niggas no matter what? You don't think that King know how to fight?
This is what Charleston White is saying. He's not saying don't raise your kids to be men.
I'm just saying these are some great fathers who influenced their kids and was in their kids' life enough to have that influence on them where their kids want to grow up to be just like them. We should be saluting Boosie and T.I. for being great black fathers.
I'm just doing what's the opposite end of the spectrum? What we call that shit? The
devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate, right? I've been drinking, y'all.
I got you,
and
bro.
I'm somewhat high.
Except for the perpetuate thing.
Yeah. Can't trust Craig.
I came back around and got you, though. I came back to get you.
But no, like, as black people, right, and like I said, I've done stuff in my life that I was wrong, shouldn't have did. Luckily, never went to jail, never went to prison, jail, none of that shit. Or I'm good. My record clean and all that good stuff, right? But should the ideal of great, right? Should the ideal of great black fathers be ex-criminals, ex-convicts who change their life around and still I can never say this word. Perpetuate. I can never say that word the first time, bro. A lifestyle that they once lived in order to gain their wealth. And to your point, the kids idolize these fathers and they grow up to perpetuate this same lifestyle that their fathers once lived, right? Is that the way we want our kids to grow up?
I mean, to a certain degree, I do want my kid to be like me. I want to relate to him.
I ain't talking about you.
No,
You're
I'm
not
saying,
that.
I know. This is what I'm saying, though. In that mind state, do you think that Boosie or T.I. want to raise some kid that's going to come up to them? Hey, Dad, my science homework, and I get an M in science. They don't want that. I want him to be, I'm proud of him being a little rapper. I'm proud of him, growing up doing his own thing. I'm going to try to lead him and see, hey, you keep moving this way, you know where you're going to be.
What's wrong with the other child?
Hey, they got a bunch of kids. Who says that these are two specific kids we singling out?
No,
other kids is great. Damani is great.
I asked the question in a bigger.
Damani a whole rapper and everything. He's doing big things.
I'm talking about in a bigger picture because it ain't just Bootsy and T.I. that raise their kids. To your point, like I know of people who want their kids to grow up and be real niggas. Like I've had these conversations before. It's not just them. they just the celebrities, so we can use them as examples.
I was going to say something dumb because I ain't got no kids, but if
I
had a kid and my son was a drill, I'd be like, hey, my son, drop that shit now. Hey, you should rap, man. Hey, you should rap.
The ignorance.
I'm joking, all right? My bad. I ain't got no kids. I've been too serious this whole episode.
Don't have kids.
I ain't got ignorant yet.
Okay, we having a good girl conversation.
This is a great one.
Dirk Nowitzki episode. You gotta keep
for real, man. Gotta keep it great. This the only dude that beat the Lakers in their prime.
I know. We ain't even been cursing like that. We keeping it smooth this episode.
See, we could do it with alcohol.
Yeah, boy, because this was a full cup at one point.
Hey, for real. But yeah, So yeah, this is just like two kids we singling out. They other kids probably doing great things. That's probably why we don't see them because they don't want all of that.
I wanted to go there. So what about the kids we don't hear about that might be in college, that might be getting a degree in nursing, that might be getting a degree in law school? I'm sure Bootsy got like 25 kids. It's one of those kids in there that's doing great things.
One of them got to be in college.
One got to be in college. And I feel like instead of Bootsy trying to fight for the kid that want to kind of be on his rap, ignorant stuff, whatever, make sure you definitely push up to the forefront.
How do you think that kid got to college? How do you think that kid got to doing good? No. Because I'm raising all my kids.
This is my point.
I'm not just raising
This is my point. Show your great, like you said, Show the good father. Show that
They-
kid, bro.
Part of me being a great father is respecting that kid's wishes and not wanting to be in social media. So why would I put them up like that? You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to prove nothing to y'all because my kids love me, my family love me, and the people that love me know me. Y'all gonna be fickle no matter what.
But I ain't talking about just for you. You in the public eye. Sometimes it gotta be for the big picture. This is what I was talking about earlier in the episode about black people. We don't stay on code for anything. We think it's all about us. It's not just about Bootsy and my family and friends love me. That's all I care about. No, you're a public figure, bro. You can go down in history bigger than just your family and friends love you. You can go down as a fucking martyr for the entire race. They can be like, it can be dudes in the streets who did all kind of stuff that look back and be like, yo, man, Bootsy raised 2 college graduates. You know what I'm saying? One of them a lawyer. His daughter is now running a law firm. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can make that bigger than just the hood all the time. Like,
You know what?
the world can be ours, black people. The fucking world, not just the hood. Like, the world can be ours. Like, we gotta think bigger, bro, for real.
You definitely right about that. We do. And I was when Rich was here, I told him that I'm definitely one of them that got to start thinking bigger, way bigger, especially for me. So it can be for my people. But
For real.
yeah. Oh man, and I knew I was gonna do that. This is why I write stuff down because I be forgetting y'all. But you was talking about the kids and stuff and all of that, and I forget it. It don't matter. It's gone.
He should have wrote it down.
Should have wrote it down. It's
I
gone.
forget.
It probably wasn't gonna be
I
nothing. but
forget words. I don't ever forget my thoughts, though.
It probably ain't gonna be nothing but reiterating the fact that they. Oh, that's what it. See, it comes back.
You got to keep talking around long enough for it to come back to you. Like, yeah, you know, you got to just keep doing. You got to go.
You definitely do. Now let me get it out before we leave again. But when they do have those achievements, like you say, when it's this Boosie daughter graduated from law school or running her own law firm, or T.I. son, started his record label and he's successful, whatever, right?
Don't do a record label. Do something bigger than that. I want y'all to do something. You got kids that doing something different than just entertainment. We got black kids out here living, entrepreneurs.
How hard is it for me to think of something else? T.I. son a doctor.
Okay,
T.I. son a doctor, right?
Look,
great.
For Harris the 15th.
Now they're gonna post that and be like, "Hey, just to let y'all know, Hollywood Unlocked, ball alert, all of that T.I. son today, Boosie daughter, law firm, good." And then the next day is gonna be more fuckery.
Cool.
And that's just how it's gonna go.
It is.
And we're gonna know that, and we're not gonna celebrate it as much until
right.
something come down and something big happen that hit social media. She get a high profile case that we all care about, and you look and be like, "Wait a minute, is that lawyer Boosie
And
daughter?
That's
crazy."
I'm glad you said that, because when you were saying it, I ain't lose my thought. I was gonna go right there. You right. It's definitely gonna the effery is always gonna be way more.
And I do see that sometimes. They celebrate the other stuff. It just get lost in the shuffle.
Get lost in the shuffle because the fuckery is more entertaining. But when it comes to that time, 10 years from now, when it is the case, when a police officer kill an unarmed black kid, and we see Boosie daughter take the case, that's when stuff changes, bro. We don't need to see Boosie.
Hey, that just made me proud thinking about it. This fiction, and I was like, man, that's
imagine
mind-blowing.
that though. Imagine 15 years from now, something crazy happened, and Kanye West's daughter is leading the trial.
It'll be fucked up if 15 years from now, black people still get killed by the police. But I get your point.
I mean,
it's not far fetched. It is not far fetched. It ain't far fetched. But I'm just saying how sad that. I just want to acknowledge how sad that would be.
And chances is it'll probably still be going down unless we change. Unless we do promote. Like, I want my kid to come to me like that. I finished my science. Come to me like that. Do your science project. Go to college. Think about going to San Francisco and being in Silicon Valley. Yeah, do that. Create the new Apple.
Yeah.
Create that. Build that for your kids. Teach them better. Teach them things daddy couldn't teach you. I want my kids to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, as black people, it shouldn't be just like, no, I want you to be cool. I want you to be able to go to the hood. And you be, nah, nigga. Fuck that, bro. Go
kids and they
do big shit. I want you to be in France and Italy. Yep. I want you to do that good shit, man.
I would want all of that for my kids too. Come to with the math, homework, the science project, all of that. but you didn't write no jokes about that at all. Like you ain't trying to.
You ain't even have no
You ain't trying to do
personality.
nothing that I like doing. So I just didn't influence you at all.
Dad used to joke all the time, but I got a job. Nope, go do big things. Like, don't joke.
Hey, now that ain't
Straight
even.
up.
Hey, that's even sad. 15 years later, I'm still doing. I'm still working a job. So,
He out here building and creating.
hey, I'm writing jokes and raps, but I'm still working.
Good job, son. I gotta go work in the morning though.
You actually keep doing more science projects.
Straight up,
Become a chemist. You'll never make it.
man.
Better get something concrete.
Hey.
We got a couple more minutes, man. We could talk about this is so dope because we didn't even get to this question, but this is pretty much what it's all in. And I said I wanted to wrap it up with this. What is influence really? Me personally, really the question came from me thinking like, is influence, are you really influencing people and making them think what you think and influencing them to change the way that they think? Or are you just appealing to the people who agree with what you're saying already? So in both Ye's situation and Charleston White's situation, if Ye's saying certain stuff, like I mentioned earlier, he go to this platform and say this to rile them up, and then it appeases these people. And then when he go over there and say something to rile them up, it appeases us. So is he really influencing them to say the same thing he's saying over there, or is he really influencing us to say what he's saying over here? You know, I don't think influence is influence anymore, I think is what I'm saying.
I think that word gets overused nowadays because I think people confuse influence with co-signing. Because to your point, some people who people say is influencers, they really just co-signing the thoughts that these groups of people already have. And it's easier to say, oh, I ain't crazy because this person think the same way. Or it's just like if you be like, if you a person who say like, escorts is business women. If you an escort and you don't want to feel like a hoe, or you don't want to feel like a woman who's just selling her body, you're going to find someone that say, I feel like escorts are entrepreneurs. Yeah, that's what I am right there. And you're going to have a bunch of escorts that say, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. What? I'm not a hoe. Such and such came out and said they entrepreneurs. And that's what they do. They just attack the cosign. I think true influence is when you can shift the thought process, or you can shift the opinion on most, not people who just agree with you. When you can shift their opinions and their thought process on something that they thought the opposite of, that's influence. So if, or not even if you don't go that far, even if you just influence somebody else's decision without them even realizing, you just influence their decision. So if you're doing something, for example, like, we'll use the actual political thing. Let's say like gun control. So if you're doing something like gun control, you might have a certain objective in that argument. Influence is not even saying your opinion. Influence is just changing the opinion of the people that is going to make the decision. So you might say, I mean, I don't really feel like we need gun control. I feel like we need to do better
Like mental health checks.
for who gets guns, right?
Yeah.
Now, that don't mean you going on the news and saying it. You might just said that to the right person who you know can actually take that
lobbyists,
in.
I think that's
the
what they are.
lobbyist is the
Yeah.
word. You might have said it to a lobbyist who can now take that information. They get to thinking about it, and now they mind is saying, you know what, he's right. Maybe we should just be doing more mental health checks to who we do actually allow guns versus just saying like, well, nobody should be able to get guns. And that's influence. Influence is just changing somebody's opinion and thought process on a particular topic or subject.
Yeah.
That's influence.
And in that case, money would be the influence, which it usually
money
is.
is usually the influence.
Another thing, right before we get out of here, we got like a minute left. Because you made me think of this, and I'm never going to remember it or have it in this context again. Can you influence in one aspect and not influence in another? What made me think of that is that when you brought up influence and what it is, you had me thinking that, damn, Kanye is an influencer.
Absolutely.
But in fashion, in music, he's definitely made you think a different way, definitely made you like things that you didn't think you would like
Yep.
based on those two things. But he can also not be that
in this aspect or real life or whatever, because you could, the same way you don't 100% agree with
I agree.
somebody.
Yeah.
You can be like, yeah, you was right about that. My bad. I was wrong. I didn't think I like it, but now I love it. You was right. But this though right here,
You wrong.
nah,
I think when it comes to
we ain't rolling
social,
with that.
when it comes to social topics, his influence is trash.
Yeah.
Because I don't agree with a lot of his social commentaries on different aspects
Yeah.
that he views. Now, it's other things in business and certain things like that. I do agree with Ye. I do like even when he was telling Sway he had the answers, he came back around and said, "Sway, you did have the answer." But no, I thought Sway had
No,
the
you're
answer
right.
at the
I just
beginning.
immediately thought of a
Sway had
skit.
the answer at the beginning. Yeah,
I thought of
you
a
was
skit
tripping though.
earlier from this dude. I think is like JQB early. My bad, I'm missing your name, but I follow you on Instagram. He made a skit and he was like, he said at that point, he was like making a skit about Ye on Drink Champs. He was like, yeah, Sway did have the answers because I gave them to him.
That would be such a Kanye thing to say
know.
too. That would be so.
That's why it was so hilarious. Shout out to him, man. I'm mad I got your name
That's
wrong,
just a
but
good
you got more
example.
followers than me anyway. You don't need
Yeah,
it.
you don't need our shout outs. But that's a good example of a person who realized like you did have the answer. You had the information, but I was being ignorant, didn't want to take the information in. I feel like a lot of times that's what, as black people, that's what set us back. We don't want to take in the information. We rather feel like we right about everything than sometimes just taking the information. The information is what's gonna actually have you right.
The truth hurt, bro.
Truth hurts, man.
The truth hurts when somebody telling you that the reason that you're not where you want to be is you. It can
I
hurt.
want to hear it, but
You don't wanna
sometimes
hear
what you
that.
gotta hear. Real friends gonna let you know, like, hey, you making the wrong moves.
Straight
Sway
up.
got the answers.
He tried to be a real friend, and now he running around with fake friends like Candace Owens, and he got us in here discussing it for an hour when all we trying to do is love you, Ye. All we want to do is love you, Ye.
We love you, Ye.
Yeah, we do, man.
But you be tripping, bruh.
That Candace Owens, nah.
That's some good ass box. I'm saying that's some good ass
Gotta
box.
be.
It gotta be some fire.
Ooh,
ass
gotta
box.
be. We gotta get out of here because
All
that's a
right,
whole
wrap it
nother
up.
discussion.
Seriously.
This was a dope one, man. Appreciate you, bro. This was great. I liked it a lot. I feel like I was like on some professional stuff. I was doing like
Yeah,
way
man.
better.
I like we didn't cut your lie. Like I like that. I wanted
You know
to
what
get
I'm saying?
to
Hey,
some,
give
some
it up
real
for
good
us.
topic. Yeah, give it up for us. we get our ratchet next week or something.
For real, man. All right, look. This was a dope one, man. It's been another episode of I'm Almost Joking podcast. I've been Craig Smith, aka Sensei Life.
It's your boy Queese, aka Dash. See y'all next week for episode 42. Shout out to Corey at Radio 22, Everything 22. Oh, I'm gonna send a shout out to one of our biggest supporters. They hit me up at the most episodes and they be listening to everything. So shout out to Holly. You know, I wanted to send her a shout out because she was like, "Yo, you should send me a shout out. I listen to everything." So I'm gonna send her a shout out. Shout out to Holly. And we'll get at y'all next week and we out. This
Appreciate y'all.